A couple of weeks ago, we invited Deb Vangellow to come on the show and talk about how individuals can use golf to advance their careers and develop new business. Well, we had a huge response from the audience on that topic, and one of the questions that came up over and over again is, how can companies use golf as a business development tool?
And what better person to bring back than LPGA Master Professional Deb Vangellow, who has a lot of experience with putting on corporate outings, corporate golf. Has a very hectic schedule. As an example, Deb, where are you going to be the next couple of weeks?
Well, it's not all corporate golf, but I'm going to be in Florida, Korea, North Carolina, and Las Vegas, all in the next 2 months.
Racking up those frequent flyer miles, isn't she?
And more importantly, no sleep.
No sleep. To start the discussion about corporate outings.
Yeah.
You've done a few with a gentleman we might all know, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about working with the Donald on his corporate golf outings.
Well, it was really neat. I got to know him just a little bit because he wrote a book, and I contributed to his book.
What was the name of the book?
It is the best golf advice I ever received by Donald Trump, which really was a compilation. He was a very smart businessman to do that. He got all of us to contribute, and it was a very nice book, coffee table book, and we kind of did the work, and he put his name on it because he did the foreword. He's a smart businessman.
He is. What was important to Donald about putting on a corporate outing?
Well, I think he realized that there weren't a lot of women that were coming to participate in the corporate group that he was putting the tournament on for. So he just added that important component, I think, of doing an instruction piece. Let people who already play go out and play, and then let's do something for those that don't play.
Right, and you made a great point earlier that when someone says corporate outing, they just think of the old traditional, what everybody usually does. But you made the point that there's more than one kind of a corporate outing.
Yeah. The play is certainly a big part of it, but since the facility that you're doing the event at often is closed for the day for this outside event, the range and practice facility might be available, are available, and then we could do an instruction component and offer a golf clinic, golf school. People play, people do the golf clinic. They get together at night at the barbecue, and everybody feels like they were part of the event.
Because that's an important part. Everybody feels like they're part of the event.
Right.
I'm not going to show up if I'm just going to drive the beverage cart. I mean, what good is that?
Yeah. The only thing fun about that is it's a day out of the office, but there's not a lot of interaction.
And as we talked about last time, say for someone new to the company or they're wanting to start the golf game, what do we do? Well, this is a perfect chance while everyone is out doing the scramble event. Say, come on, let's do a clinic. We're going to show you the basics that will help you get a little bit more comfortable with doing that.
I know I'd be there if she's going to give the clinic. I need the lessons.
When it comes, you mentioned choosing a facility. What goes into that, and what's it like these days? Is it tough getting onto a course to do an event like this?
Some of the ones that, if it's a very, very large corporate event that you need 2 golf courses, those facilities fill up fast because those times and dates are taken immediately. If it's not as big of a field, you're going to have a variety of private clubs to approach about doing that on the typical Monday that the club is closed. Then I think it's smart to figure out and work with your budget, depending on what you can spend, what you want to do, and all of those pieces of the puzzle. You actually have some leeway with that, whereas years ago it was kind of sometimes priced outside of what would work for you.
And it's pretty important to have a vision of what you want to accomplish, isn't it, for a corporate event?
Some bare minimums.
Yeah.
I think, depending on what you want to do and how, you can really, really go high dollar. You can also put on a very, very nice event where the person who is advising in my role will help you figure out what can be best for your budget, what type of tee prizes you'd like, gift packs for the golfers, what type of contest you want to do that offer prizes and paraphernalia that we all love to take home after that event, and then the type of food and beverage that you like, because those are the expenses of the tournament above and beyond the actual golf course rental.
Right. I know when we were putting on a charity event for one of the local high schools here, and the first year we brought in $35,000 net, which is unheard of for a high school charity golf tournament.
Right.
And I think one of the points we made early on is, do you want this to be another cookie dough kind of exercise? Or do you want to turn it into a golf event everybody puts on the calendar every year?
Right.
And, that's when Kathy Whitworth showed up and did a clinic, which people are still talking about.
Right.
Her one great piece of advice, clip the grass, will make you do 100 things right, just don't think about it. But also with the prizes, we had a local jeweler's store. They donated the prizes for the ladies' longest drive and the ladies' closest to the pin.
Nice.
And that's what you're talking about. Don't just throw it together. Customize it for the people who you know are going to be there.
Right, right. And if it becomes something that people got excited about, had a good time, you better believe it's on their calendar. You offer the golf school component. People that were doing the golf school now, they got excited about the game. They're going to play next year because they're going to continue onward with their golf.
And it doesn't just have to be the golf. I've been talking to a friend of mine who was fortunate enough to fly to Pebble Beach last Monday to do a big golf outing.
Very
and
nice.
we said, what are the spouses going to do? He said, oh, well, for an extra $5,000, they said we can bring the spouses, and they're going to go to the spa, and they're going to go.
Yeah.
So you make a valid point. It's not just for the golfers. It's for the non-golfers to find things to do.
Right, right.
Okay?
Huge.
Huge. Huge.
And, sometimes it's just extra excursions, I mean, there might be something that they do travel-wise in that area, but then again, bring them back so everybody's part of the event at the end of the day. Bring them to the dinner, the non-golfers, and with the hope of being that they'll become golfers down the road.
It's all about the emotional connection. You don't want to feel left out.
Yeah.
Make them feel part of it, and that's what helps make a successful corporate outing. When we come back, we have some more questions about other ways to make your event a complete success.
Exactly. So stay tuned to the Jobs Pipeline radio program brought to you by Genesis Oil and Gas, with a deeper understanding of today's oil and gas and subsea industries. We'll have more with Deb right after this break.